Hey, it's Sam. Welcome back to the Just Grillin' Outdoor Living channel. We've got the Weber SmokeFire with us, and today we're gonna cook up some Kalbi beef. Kalbi beef, also known as Korean short ribs, or as my wife likes to call them, raccoon ribs, because I sit there and I'm hunched over as I eat them. It's a really thin piece of beef, but it's packed full of a lot of flavor and it's super easy to cook. We're gonna cook them at 600 degrees on the Weber SmokeFire, and they're gonna cook super fast. And there's a lot of different ways that you can make this and get super creative with your flavors when it comes to using marinades and seasonings. This is gonna be a fast cook, so you don't need a lot of tools for this. We're cooking at 600 degrees on the Weber SmokeFire, so we need a good pair of high heat gloves, an instant read thermometer just to check the temperature of the beef, and then a good pair of tongs. Every grill has a learning curve, so the way that the Weber SmokeFire is set up, I'm gonna get a little bit of a flame, but not 100% of a direct flame, so that's why I'm cooking at 600 degrees on this grill. If you're at home with a charcoal grill, a gas grill, or maybe a different pellet grill that has a direct flame, you probably don't need to cook at 600 degrees, maybe 450, 500 max is gonna give you that nice crust on the outside. But with cooking with the Weber SmokeFire, from what I've learned, 600 degrees is gonna be best for this Kalbi beef recipe. I do wanna preface that the cut is normally a little bit cleaner in terms of there's a little more fat on here than they typically do leave on. It was a new guy at the butcher counter, and they prepped this for me in the back because they don't have it in the case available. I have to ask for it, but it is a cut. So when you are at the store shopping, if you don't see it, ask and see if they can cut that for you, because they most likely do have the pieces for it there in the back. It's supposed to be on the thin side. This is a little bit thicker than what I like it, so we'll just make sure that we cook it probably and adjust a little bit, cooking it longer. You can see along the back side the bone, and that's where it gets the short rib name from it, because you can see the little short ribs that are in there. When it comes to marinades, Kalbi takes really well to soy-based marinades, so that's what I'm gonna use today. And you don't have to let them soak for very long. If you're in a pinch on a weeknight, just give it a half hour in there, and you're still gonna get plenty of flavor from it. So today we're gonna use the Myron Mix-In Steak Marinade. That's a soy-based marinade, so that's gonna go really well with this. And we're also gonna use the Jack Daniel's steak seasoning, which is gonna give a lot of great flavor beyond that marinade. Super easy to marinate these. All you're gonna do is just take a gallon Ziploc bag. You might not even need that big of a size. Just drop them in, just pour it in. So we'll refrigerate these for about a half hour. Then we're gonna pull them out, wipe the marinade off, season them up, and we'll throw them on the grill. If you've seen our video on the second generation SmokeFires, I talk about the app and the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and that I don't really use it very much when I'm grilling at high heat. And that's gonna be the case today. I just don't feel like there's a need to use the app very much, other than to monitor where the status of the grill is when it's heating up. But in terms of following and tracking the internal temperature, I'm just gonna use that instant read thermometer today. To answer questions on time and temperature, let's start with time. And I'm just giving you a general guide. This isn't an exact science, and you shouldn't 100% follow it because every grill is different, so it's always gonna perform. But what I've found with the SmokeFire is they can cook as fast in 5 minutes, and sometimes maybe they take 10 minutes. A lot of the times it's gonna have to do with the thickness and obviously what temperature you're running the grill at. In terms of internal temperature, the ideal range that you want is in that medium well category. That's okay if it gets above that. I've found that even when they're well done, they still taste really good. So don't sweat it the first couple times that you try this if you've never cooked them, if you miss that medium well category, because I think you're still gonna be pretty happy with your results. When it comes to seasoning these short ribs, it's really gonna be your choice. You can be as generous as you want with the seasoning, or you can be as stingy as you want. I'm gonna load it up today. That's just how I prefer it. We'll give the seasoning a couple minutes to soak in. Once the grill reaches your set temperature, in this case 600 degrees, I like to give it at least 5 to 10 minutes to kind of stabilize and hold at that temperature versus just rushing out and throwing whatever it is that I am cooking on the grill. Another way that you can check if you don't want to wait that long is use an infrared gun and test it on the grates. We're running right there at about 600. So let's go ahead and get loaded up. We're just gonna throw them right on the grates. It didn't take very long for these to cook at all. They look great. It's a great weeknight meal if you're in a pinch or just in a hurry to cook something. It's a great option. So the last thing for us to do is obviously taste what we made. That was a good bite. Sorry, it's a little peppery. So that steak seasoning from Jack Daniel's, that's a great seasoning. It's got plenty of great salt. You can taste the garlic, and you can obviously taste the pepper, because I'm still feeling that a little bit in my mouth. I'm not the biggest spice guy in the world. The marinade, you can also taste the little bit of soy in that. These are cooked beautifully. They just easily tear right off. And we're gonna go in for another bite. I'm making a mess of this out here. So just be prepared. Have a little wet nap or something, but that's my wife calls these raccoon ribs, because I sit there and I'm eat them just like that as I'm hunched over, and then my hands are all messy afterwards, but they're good. I like them. So give this recipe a try. If you have any questions about it, just leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to our channel so that way you can check out when we have more videos dropping on the Weber SmokeFire. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. What do you think?
Oh my God. Holy s***.
It's good?
It was so good. Is this like the meat or the seasoning that's this good?
I think it's both. It's the marinade.
Oh my God.
Good, right?
This is amazing, bro. Oh my God. This is so good.